Hi, four-man planners. So today I want to talk about halving a man, Halving, which means that you're taking them from a quarter man to a half man. And it simply put is just telling the man that you're seeing on your date that you're seeing other men and exploring your options. You're not sleeping around, but you're dating. And it's so hard for so many four-man planners to do this step. And it's been really interesting for me to talk about the different reasons why we need to have a man. And there's more even than I outlined in the book. So first of all, it's really, really important to just be able to speak your truth. You're meeting someone for the first time or the second time. I always make sure that women tell the men that they're seeing that they are seeing men by the end of their second date. That's like the major deadline. Because then it's like, you've just met this person, you're getting to know them, and you're just going to tell them a little bit about something that you're doing that is relevant to them, right? That you're dating other men. Now, why is that so hard? I think that because the stakes, right? The stakes of maybe if you like this guy, then the stakes feel higher and it feels harder to tell them a simple truth that involves them but doesn't necessarily mean that they get to have a say in it, right? Certainly not at that phase of the game. And let me demonstrate with puppets. Okay, so here's how it happens, and what I suggest to my four-man planners is that they do it very lightheartedly, very early in the date. This is not a heavy sit-down talk. It's really just an off-the-cuff comment. If they have more questions about it, I always encourage women to answer any questions directly. But generally, men don't want that much information. I mean, they just need to know that they are someone that you're interested in, even though you're seeing other men, and they're usually okay with that. So let me just show you a little bit about how it might work. Hello, Betty. This is Betty, our four-man planner. This is Jupiter, my former dog, and our date. Okay, our plan man. He's playing our plan man, but he was Jupiter, my dog. Okay, so, hello, Betty. Oh, hello. It's nice to meet you. It's nice to meet you too. Here, let me pull out your chair for you. Oh, wow. Thanks, Jupiter. Of all the men I'm dating, you are the sweetest gentleman. Of all the men you're dating? Oh, yeah. I'm dating. I'm having fun. I'm exploring my options. I have a dance card. It's kind of old-fashioned because certainly I'm not sleeping around, but I am enjoying a lot of people's company just so, I can enjoy myself dating instead of waiting for one perfect man to come along. I like everyone that I go out with. Huh. Okay. Well, I'm kind of dating a couple of people too. So that works out for me. Would you like to go out again? Yeah, I'm having fun with you, and if you want to go out again, I would definitely say yes, because you seem honest, loving, and willing, and you don't give me the achies at all. So absolutely, let's go out again. Great! All right. So that might seem unrealistic to you that it would go that well, but if you ask my four-man planners after they've done it, right, before they do it, they're like terrified. But then after they do it, it's always like, oh, that was way easier than I thought it would be. Because, a good guy is going to accept who you are and what you're doing and the truth about yourself, especially when he first meets you. And usually men react feeling like the pressure is off of them a little bit, that you don't have your husband claws out and your baby clock ticking and you're just looking for them to be the last piece of the puzzle. And don't you think it's strange if a man or a woman, frankly, becomes possessive of their date on the first date or second date? I always tell my four-man planners, go ahead and tell the person that you're seeing other men, and then collect their reaction as data about them and about how you did it. Because I always say, do it really graciously. It's fun. It's not a big deal. I don't know why it's a big deal. But it's just scary. It's scary to tell someone that they're not the only one, even though you're just meeting them. So I get it. And I just want to encourage you to do it because it's so important. It's the key to the honesty of doing the 4-man plan is letting every man know that you are dating other men so that they're not under some false impression that they're your boyfriend after 2 dates, right? And especially because what's happening a lot in relationships these days is people go on a few dates, they have sex with each other, and then there's sort of these weird assumptions that they're boyfriend and girlfriend. Are they? Aren't they? And then you have to have some like really big confusing section of the relationship where you don't know what's going on, right? And then you have to have the talk. You have to have some big talk. Now, if you go ahead and tell the men that you're dating other men, at some point, if one of them wants to be monogamous with you, they're going to have to step up and say, you know what, I really like you and I want to be in a monogamous relationship with you. So if you don't mind, I'd really appreciate it if you stop dating other men and only see me. Now, what that does is create a really clear conversation, a really clear negotiation of how to move forward instead of all these like wishy-washy assumptions and things that just I don't know, like, are we in a relationship? Are we not in a relationship? Are you seeing other people? Am I seeing other people? I mean, what do I do next, right? So this just really helps people with very clear communication, and it sort of forces that out of the man that is ultimately interested in you. So it's a way of stepping up. You step up with your honesty, and they will step up when it's time for them to step up. Okay, so if a guy gets really jealous and weird when you tell him that you're seeing other guys. Now, I'm not saying the 4-man plan is for everybody, and certainly there are men who, really wonderful men, that just can't stand the idea of the girl that they like dating other people, even from the get-go. So that is a possibility. But for the most part, if a man gets possessive or weird about you doing something that feels empowering to you, and they want to denigrate it somehow when frankly, it has no consequence to them yet, I'd be careful of that, right? So that's a lot of great data. Either the guy is kind of insecure, or he's a jealous type, or very possessive. So it's something to look out for, and it's good data to collect. So it's really important to have your men and just let them know what you're doing, and answer their questions, but don't talk more than you need to about it, okay? Because really, there's very little that they need to know, just that they're not the only man that you're seeing. So if they want to call you up for a date, maybe they should call you, a little bit ahead of time and plan something. And men know how to compete. It's what they do. It's ingrained within them. They know how to compete for everything in life. And, I think they sort of miss competing for a woman that they feel is really worthy of that. So it's a fun process, and I want you to enjoy it and feel all the feelings that come up around it, because it might indicate that you're just having a hard time just speaking your truth in general. And I really want you to feel empowered to do that whenever you need to do it, every day, all the time, because that's just what's going to make you feel light and free and, having a great time. All right. Thanks, planners, and I will see you again soon. Next up, I'm going to do an interview with Ellie from the book. That's right, an update and an interview. So it's really exciting, and I will see you then. Bye. Oh, bye.